can share my love with you, but no one knows. Yeah, when life gets hard, you are all I know.
Thank you. Good evening. Welcome to the launch of the Mantis. We are your hosts. I am Prajwal.
Hi, and I'm Ranjita. We are the co-founders of Orxa Energies. And yes, it's pronounced Orxa. The X is a Greek chi. And it's our immense pleasure, and we are so thankful to have you with us as we finally announce the launch of the Mantis.
It's been a little over 8 years in the making. We've gone through various designs, iterations, numerous iterations. We've been through the pandemic, of course. We've gone back to the drawing board so many times. It's been so much effort into getting to where we are right now. And today, we are here to present to you our team's work. We are a little different from the other EV startups that you would have seen. We've gone through about 6 major iterations on the Mantis. We've taken each and every iteration out into the public at different events, small, big, many of these events. And each time we've gone back trying to understand what is working, what is not working, how to refine it. So much so that the feedback on our social media feeds have started going from, oh wow, this is amazing, can't wait for you to get it, to nowadays being, are you guys ever going to launch it? When can I book it? Are you ever putting this on sale? So I think it gives me a great joy to announce that after today's event, you will actually be able to book the Mantis for yourselves. So, lunch. So I think after going through different architectures, we've tried so many different variations. We've tried different systems, we've tried different materials, we've tried different vehicles altogether. We've gone from different chemistries of batteries, different motors, a lot of development internally. I think it's only fair that we show you a glimpse of what has gone into making the Mantis today.
So that's a little glimpse of what we've been at for the last 8 or a little over 8 years. And I think one of the most consistent questions we have received every single time is why the Mantis? Why the name Mantis? It's like a bug. Why the Mantis? When we started Orxa Energies back in 2015, EVs had long been sidelined, right? Green, yes. Sustainable, yes, and some people have different opinions about that, but fun, exciting, seamlessly fitting into your life, no. So when we set off to build a bike that we would want to ride, we chose ambush predators as our motive. Ambush predators are the motive for every single vehicle that will come out of the Orxa stables. They are silent, but they are aggressive when they need to be. And they possess an extraordinary ability to capture their prey, right? This Mantis we chose as our first vehicle and our flagship vehicle because it has one of the highest and the most successful kill rates in the animal kingdom, right? Now that we have our muse, so the Mantis being our muse, ambush predators being the motive, there are 3 core principles in how we go about building our vehicles, right? For us, it's the motorcycling essence, form is function, and engineering is art. These are the core tenets or the core philosophies with which we build our vehicles from the ground up, from first principles, because we believe that this is what is absolutely necessary when you want to make the absolutely fantastic, seamless, fun, and exciting electric motorcycle. Motorcycling essence. At Orxa, being a biker is a recruitment criteria. We don't hire one or the other type of biker. There is no sort of favoritism. We have bikers of all flags. We have the track enthusiasts who spend all weekends at the track shaving seconds off their laps. We have the adventurers and the tourers who thrive on the ghats or off the ghats, as it may be. We have the early morning enthusiasts who savor their 4 a.m. rides and then savor the sunrise bende dosa a little more. And of course, the lone riders who venture out on 1,000-kilometer journeys all by themselves for the sheer joy of it. To us, motorcycling is something much more deeper than just something to do, right? We understand our customers because we are them. And of course, motorcycling, very much like ambush predators, requires a lot of patience, a lot of deliberation, a lot of precision, and being ready to make decisive actions. So for us, this is what motorcycling essence means, and this is in our DNA. The next is form is function. This is something that is extremely important at Orxa Energies. There have been pitched battles, 3 a.m. screaming matches, and so many other things that happen just because of the fact that form is function. For us, the functional and the aesthetic are not 2 different things. They are the same. They cannot exist without one another. We are inspired by nature. As you can see, our motive is ambush predators. In nature, there are no excesses. Each part has a function. Every form that exists on that animal or in nature has a function. So for us, form is function. And the last thing of what we do is that engineering is an art. I can see that there might be a little confusion about this, but an artist gives all that they have to their art. An artist gives their strengths, their deficiencies. They give their loves, their shames, their failures, their successes. Everything is dedicated at the altar of their art. For us, engineering is our art. We are artist engineers. We create electric vehicles from scratch, from first principles. And this passion, the passion of an artist, is the heartbeat of our engineering. This is what drives everything that we do. And that's why we believe, we hope, we are artist engineers trying to achieve that perfection that an artist pursues. So, hence, the Mantis. We've put together these 3 principles that we have of the motorcycling essence, that form is function, and engineering is an art, to bring together this vehicle inspired by nature, by ambush predators, and of course, the first vehicle by the Mantis. We bring you the Mantis.
There have been sightings of a predator, according to reports.
I've heard this predator thing is really sneaky, guys.
There has been no conclusive proof as to what the predator is. It's almost like an apparition.
People have been witnessing this predator more often than before now.
I'll keep you guys all posted when I've got the feeds for sure.
I have a feeling that this predator will be everywhere soon.
But no one knows what it's after.
We gotta watch out. We really gotta watch out.
Its identity has remained a mystery.
I am a dream that you can't let go of. optimisation. I am the rush you desire, the answer you chase. I am the thrill you seek. I am a predator unchained. I am a predator engineer. I am the ultimate street predator. Mantis, ready to ambush.
much. It's been a journey, as you know, and now that the Mantises are finally here in front of you, we explained to you our philosophy, what it takes to build a vehicle at Orxa Energies. We explained to you a little bit about our muse, the Mantis, that you have in front of you, and of course, the philosophy of what the theme of what we bring in, the motive of ambush predators themselves. Over the next 20 minutes, we will take you through 3 things, and of course, then we will leave you for your very nice dinner at the end of this. The first part is who the Mantis is for. The next is the anatomy of a street predator. And of course, lastly, the part that you've all been waiting for, the pricing and when you can get your hands on one, right? So, behind me is a video of a few hundred riders who rode the Mantis from June to September. You will notice a few things about them. Of course, they're all on track because we did this on our just pre-production parts or mostly production-ready parts over June and September. But what you will notice is that the Mantis is the ultimate street predator for the biker in you. You will see behind me people from 21 years old to 60 years old. People who ride Harleys, people who ride sports bikes, people who ride cruisers, people who ride tourers. You will see people young and old. You will see some national racers, you might recognize them, so novice and experts. People who mostly ride bikes for either their urban or their commuting reasons, or people who would much rather take a bike on the track or off the roads. But we believe that the Mantis is for you if the spirit of motorcycling moves you. Over the next couple of slides, during the anatomy of a street predator, Prajwal will explain exactly what it means when we say that the Mantis is for the biker in you.
So, I hope you like that. I thought we'll give you a bit more detail about what exactly goes into making this vehicle, whatever it is. When you look at the vehicle, what you see are these beautiful aesthetic panels which are absolutely functional. There is no piece on that motorcycle which does not have a function or which does not serve a function. That is powered by a robust powertrain which will respond to the needs of the rider and the road, whichever comes whenever it comes, because that's absolutely not on confidence when you're riding the motor. Bio-inspired elements. The Mantis is a big muse for us. What that means is that the most visible aspects are something that you can correlate with the Mantis. For example, we took the exoskeleton of the Mantis and decided to make armor out of it to replace the tank, which is actually not needed in a vehicle. What this means is that you can try and open up new areas of accessories for this particular section where you don't have a tank anymore. If you look at the identity of the motorcycle, that's the Mantis, it comes from a lot of the fovea inspiration of the Mantis. This is what allows it to have great sight. It allows it to have a very good understanding of where the light throw is, what it allows to see. So the same identity which allows the insect to have a very good stereoscopic vision is used as an inspiration to develop the headlamp unit, which allows you to have a good throw of light, allowing you to have precise vision of where you want to go. But these are more aesthetic elements if you want to think about it. We've gone ahead and used biomimicry in certain structural elements as well. If you were to consider the swing arm, which is an extremely lightweight modular unit, we've drawn inspiration from the 6-legged creatures that insects are to understand how the load-bearing system is devised, and we have then abstracted that into the swing arm itself. And something similar, again, looking for inspiration on the exoskeleton of the Mantis, we've come up with a single-piece subframe or a seat structure which is used to hide some softer parts of the Mantis inside. Coming to the performance itself, the Mantis is designed to be the motorcycle that all bikers would like to enjoy. It has a city-spec, gentle roll-on, moving into a fun mid-range and top-spec response, and going forward to a linear response all the way to the top. This is powered by a liquid-cooled motor, which is only 11.5 kgs. This is the lightest motor in its segment, and it is powered by our proven battery tech, which is aimed at giving you a seamless ride experience. The baseline of it all is that the Mantis is designed to be ridden every single day, no matter who you are and where you are. I'd like to talk to you a little more about the battery itself, because this is a system that we have developed and deployed on some scale. We've actually deployed this. I don't know how many of you know, but we have a fairly strong presence in the aerospace and defense industry. And this drives a lot of R&D. This drives a lot of what we do. What that means is that a lot of optimization. If you think about the Bharatmala that we did last year to now, we have actually increased the battery capacity by about 15%, while simultaneously reducing the weight of the battery packs by 10%. The packs have now been integrated into the frame, making them structurally stressed members, which adds to the torsional stiffness of the chassis itself, which means your ride confidence and the rideability is much, much more better. We have improved passive thermal management. We've added dual redundancy safety systems, and we have IP67 protected the battery pack, which means the battery pack can deliver power safely and reliably, no matter what the demand from the powertrain is. We've gone one step beyond this. The biggest questions around battery packs today on EVs is what happens at the end of life. So we've gone ahead and put partnerships in place to handle the end-of-life batteries and their recycling with our partners. What this means is that at the end of life, the carbon footprint of the Mantis is reduced by 40%. All of this is maths. What this means to you as a rider is that you can run the Mantis every day without concern and use it to handle whatever the road throws at you when you're riding. All this tech, the lightest motor, the strong battery packs, the other systems that are going on the vehicle, they have to be housed somewhere. It has to be a really strong, lightweight system. And we went around developing this, and what we have arrived at is India's first all-aluminum chassis. The entire system and all the structural elements are made of aerospace-grade aluminum alloys, and we are the only player in the country to do this at this point of time. The vehicle comes to you with about 180 mm of ground clearance, which means you can handle anything on-road and off-road in most of your daily travel. As you can see, the seat structure and the swing arm are the biggest examples of form is function principle in action. The ride-by-wire system is completely developed in-house, and this is validated by our work in the defense sector. The system is designed not to nanny the rider. We believe that the rider knows exactly what they want of the motorcycle when they're riding. Our connectivity system, should you choose to opt for it, of course it's optional, it provides analytics when you demand for it, and it remains unobtrusively in the back when you don't need it. These systems are aimed at ensuring that you as a rider do not have to bend over backwards to integrate electrical motorcycling in your otherwise IC engine-dominated lifestyle. Talking about ergonomics, you may be wondering why we took 5 different design iterations, why did we do so much iteration and it's such a long time? What did we gain by doing that? We used that to arrive at this wonderful ergonomics where we worked, and we wanted the Mantis ergonomics to really just work for you no matter what you wanted to do. And what we have arrived at is that you have a geometry where you can just sit up and sit tall when you're in bumper-to-bumper traffic, when you want to maneuver in the naggles of the city, and for that off time when you're on the highways hitting high speeds, you can just as easily, comfortably tuck into the Mantis, blending in with the bike, enjoying your ride. And the biggest part of this is that we have managed to achieve this without sacrificing either the flickability or the maneuverability that is offered by our 50-50 weight split, which we have achieved with an absolute amount of engineering and reiteration. Charging. We do provide two charging options with the motorcycle. The first one is a standard 1.3 kilowatt charger. It takes about 5 hours to go from 0 to 80%. This can be plugged into any of your 5 amp chargers, 6 amp chargers at your house. There is a blitz charger, which is an add-on or an additional accessory. This allows you to charge much faster, allowing about 80% charge in just 2.5 hours, right? But there's more. It's just a charger. The 3.3 kilowatt charger is obviously a bigger system. What are you going to do about it? Our chargers are designed to be mounted on the wall or be portable, depending on what your convenience allows. But then you may be thinking, hey, it's a motorcycle. It's a entry-level motorcycle, mid-segment motorcycle. What's the fun in just doing city rides with it? So what we have been working on is that we've been working on partnerships to work with DC fast charging network for two-wheelers. We have established the two-wheeler partnership, and we will be announcing the setting up of around 100 fast charging stations along the highways where you will be able to charge the Mantis to about 80% charge in around an hour's time, a little over an hour's time. Yes, the Mantis is fast charging ready. But there's more. Obviously, going out of town means that you have to figure out where you're going to put all your luggage, where you're going to carry your helmets, where you're going to carry your rucksack, all the essentials and the non-essentials you want to do when you're going on a ride. So we have come up with a bunch of accessories, optional, which can be added onto the Mantis to allow you to carry your clothes, your tools, whatever you want. But the top box is the most interesting bit. The top box is a multifunctional unit which can be used to take your helmet, or more importantly, you can now fit on your blitz charger onto the top box. What that means is you really don't have to worry anymore about whether infrastructure is available where you're going. So we've done all this engineering, we put all this thought into it, put it all assembled together. What that means is that you arrive at the ultimate street predator, which comes in at just 182 kgs. It's one of the lightest motorcycles in the world on this particular segment. And that's about the anatomy of the Mantis.
Sensation for a reason.
What did you do?
Discovered, it's time you learned what this predator is capable of. With a peak power of 20.5 kilowatt, offering a peak torque of 93 Newton meters, remarkable agility with the weight of just 182 kilograms. Buckle up. Mantis take fire you up from 0 to 100 in 8.9 seconds. You can pull off a cruising range of 221 kilometers in a single charge. Startling speed of 135 kilometers per hour. Best-in-class ground clearance of 180 millimeters, twin LED projectors, and all aluminum aerospace-grade alloy body. Yes, there's more. The energy capacity of Mantis is a massive 8.9 kilowatt-hour. Ready to ambush 0 to 80% in just 2.5 hours.
I think now that you know who the Mantis is for and what is the anatomy of the Mantis, we've come to the most important part that I think everybody has been waiting for the last, I would say, 5 or 6 years, right? So behind me are the specs of the Mantis, but the specs alone are not what we are about. at Orxa Energies, our vehicles are meant to be ridden 100% of the time. The spec sheet is not meant for racing, spec sheet racing. It's not for that 1% of the people who will achieve that one spec 1% of the time in very specific conditions. This is a motorcycle that's meant to have fun on, that's meant to be ridden all of the time. And just to reiterate what Prajwal said, there are 3 important parts of the ecosystem that we've already taken care of as we will deliver the Mantis. The first is the charging. Of course, you have the standard charger and the blitz charger, making sure that your day-to-day life is pretty easy. We have a partnership coming up, and the DC fast charging standard for light electric vehicles has been announced, and the Mantis is ready for it, and we will have the 100+ chargers coming up along the highways soon. We've taken care of end of life. Of course, Prajwal mentioned the part of the carbon footprint of the Mantis itself and the battery pack being reduced by 40%. What that also means is your total cost of ownership as the biker, that goes down at the end of life of the battery pack. So your total cost of ownership is a lot better to own. Of course, this makes owning an electric vehicle that much easier. And of course, servicing. We will be announcing servicing partnerships shortly, which will make all the anxiety of service anxiety around battery packs or electric vehicles that much more easier. So charging anxiety, range anxiety, end of life or other anxiety, TCO anxiety, and of course, servicing anxiety. We want to make owning an electric motorcycle a seamless part of your life. You should not be bending over backwards to make an electric vehicle fit in your life. The electric vehicle should fit in your life seamlessly. So, after the spec sheet racing, the most important part, and I will step away so that you can take the photos, the price of the Mantis. This is the price of the Mantis, inclusive of the standard charger. The first deliveries will start in Bangalore from April 2024. The next cities for rollout will be announced shortly. The pricing for the AC Blitz charger and the luggage racks and the other accessories that you saw will be announced close to deliveries. Bookings will open today. Bookings will open today, but limited to the first 1,000 Mantis customers at a booking amount of 10,000 rupees. So if you're in the first 1,000 customers, you get to book at 10,000 rupees, and after that, it's at 25,000 rupees. So for the first 1,000 customers, the Mantis is at 10,000 rupees booking amount. And the Mantis will be available starting from Bangalore, starting April 2024 at 3.6 lakhs, inclusive of the standard charger ex-showroom. Thank you so much. I think we have pretty much come to the end of our presentation. We have a small video here, and at this time, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank our investors. Some of our investors are here. Some of our investors are joining us on the live feed today. I want to thank you for your trust in us. I want to thank our customers. I want to thank all the people who have been waiting for us since you saw the Mantis first at India Bike Week 2019, since you saw the bike next at India Bike Week 2022. You have interacted with the Mantis on the track days, the few hundred of you who were here on the screen with us today, and I'm sure you're with us on the live feed as well, who've put your faith in us. And I hope the Mantis will meet everything that you want in a motorcycle, right? And I want to thank our team who is held on with us, our Biker DNA team that has held on with us through fundraisers, through challenging situations, through all the redevelopment and pandemic and everything. And very importantly, I also want to thank our team's families. It's very difficult to build something grounds up. It's very difficult to build something first engineering. It's a lot of late nights and a lot of dedication and a lot of time spent away from the family. So on behalf of my team, I would like to thank my team's families. For putting your faith in Orxa Energies, for trusting your for trusting your family members with us here at Orxa Energies, and while we work very, very hard to bring the Mantis to everyone. Thank you so much. Great. So now we are open for Q&A. The hunt begins, so to speak. And that's the QR code. If you guys want to book the Mantis, you just scan that right now. That's there for everyone to book. So questions, and hopefully we have the answers for you.